Did you know there was a third bedroom upstairs at Graceland that nobody talks about? Even Lisa Marie didn't mention the third bedroom.
I remember, having just time with him upstairs. There's just 2 bedrooms upstairs at Graceland, which are not really open to the public, but so he had a TV and a chair and a table for himself in my room, so at any time I could wake up and he would be in there. And he spent a lot of time there when I was there.
Everyone knows about Elvis Presley's bedroom and Lisa Marie's bedroom upstairs. Before Lisa was born, one of Elvis's relatives slept in her room, which we discussed in this previous video. But also, before Lisa was born, Elvis permitted one of his closest friends to sleep in the third bedroom. This was the room next to Elvis's bathroom that he would later convert into a large walk-in closet. Who was the mystery man? For several years, Charlie Hodge slept in that room. Charlie met Elvis in the army and became very close with him in Germany. When Elvis returned to the States, he brought Charlie into his entourage. Since Charlie was single, he offered Charlie a room at Graceland.
There was always one room that was Charlie's room.
In fact, Charlie lived at Graceland for the next 17 years in 3 different rooms until Elvis died. Stay tuned to the end of this video for another secret room that Charlie stayed in at Graceland that you'll never see on the public tour.
It's funny, when I first moved into Graceland, my room was upstairs. And then Elvis decided he needed a bigger closet. And it was a regular sized bedroom. It's just he needed that bigger closet. Then I moved downstairs into a room. And then the last couple of years that Elvis was alive, I lived in a garage apartment.
Charlie was only 3.5 weeks older than Elvis, but he looked after him like he was his older brother. Charlie and Elvis formed a tight bond on the ship traveling from the U.S. to Germany in September 1958. Elvis had just lost his mother, Gladys, a month earlier and was grieving. Charlie would help Elvis take his mind off his grief by telling him jokes. Charlie, who had performed in a gospel group, would also harmonize with Elvis on gospel songs. Elvis was stationed in Germany for 17 months, and Charlie would often come hang out with Elvis and his other friends at his home in Bad Nauheim.
We were having a little party at Elvis's house there at 14 Goethestrasse. I'll always remember that.
In June 1959, Charlie accompanied Elvis to Paris when they were on leave.
And then the girls from the Lido show would come over and see us. And I remember one night they called, the theater called and said, could you have the girls come over? And we said, well, what's the problem? I said, well, we really would like to start the show. They'd been there all night.
Soon after Elvis returned from the army, Charlie would move in upstairs at Graceland. Charlie was part of Presley's band starting in 1969 as a guitarist, vocalist, and onstage assistant handing Elvis scarves for the fans. But Charlie would also spend a lot of time with Elvis at Graceland. In the spring of 1963, just 2 months before her 18th birthday, Priscilla would come live with Elvis at Graceland. Priscilla lived at Graceland for 8 years.
It went into weeks, yes. We stayed like that. We had our food delivered by the door. And it was cold. I mean, he did like it cold, and it was dark. And it could get real lonely. And that's how he liked it at times. Like a cocoon. Almost like a womb, I guess, just enclosed.
In November 1967, Elvis hired an architect to draw up design plans for Lisa Marie's nursery. When Lisa was 44 years old, Graceland displayed a special exhibit replicating her nursery. After Elvis and Priscilla got divorced, they shared custody of Lisa Marie, so she would continue to stay in her bedroom when she visited Graceland as a child. During that time in the mid-1970s, Lisa Marie became close with Elvis's girlfriend, Linda Thompson. Linda's best friend, Jeannie LeMay, got to spend a lot of time at Graceland. She shared a very touching story when she witnessed Elvis put Lisa to bed.
One of the cute stories was when, I'll tell you this, was when he was putting Lisa to bed. And he said, come on, Jeannie, come on upstairs. And so it was Linda, Lisa, and me and Elvis. And so he started to sing her a little lullaby. It's like a Norman Rockwell painting, you know. And he's singing to his little girl, 5 years old.
By the time Lisa was born, Charlie had moved to the basement.
Then I moved downstairs into a room next to where the 3 TVs are in the wall, and I lived down there for years.
Just like the rooms upstairs at Graceland, this small bedroom next to the TV room is another room you won't see on the Graceland public tour. When Elvis bought Graceland in 1957, the basement was largely unfinished. There were 2 half baths and some open rooms. Over the years, those rooms became the TV room, the pool room, a laundry room, and Charlie's bedroom. Elvis initially installed an ice cream bar and a movie projector when he moved in. In the 60s, Elvis had many of his awards and plaques hanging on the walls of what is now the TV room. For a while, there were too many awards to display, so they were moved to the first floor and the trophy room was created.
We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of parties downstairs, you know. We never take the parties up here, you know. I mean, down in the pool room and the TV room, that's where Elvis would have parties. And then I'd go to my special room, you know, that people don't get to see.
Jerry Schilling also lived in the small bedroom downstairs in the basement. Charlie moved into that room after Jerry moved out in the late 60s. Quote, "My room downstairs isn't part of any tour because frankly it just ain't much to look at," Jerry confessed. Directly across from the bar in the basement leads to what was originally a storage room that was half converted to a bedroom. There was also a bathroom and a walk-in closet where Graceland Christmas decorations were also stored. A fun fact is that on the public Graceland tour, you can stand right by the door to Jerry and Charlie's room when looking into the TV room. But most people don't realize the door is even there. Most people refer to it as Charlie's room since he lived there the longest. Little by little, Elvis renovated every room in Graceland to his liking. The second floor originally had 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. Elvis created his own office upstairs next to his bedroom. The centerpiece was a huge desk given to him by RCA to commemorate sales of his 1961 hit soundtrack album for Blue Hawaii. Technologically advanced desk includes a built-in radio and small TV in the raised area on the top. The office has padded walls to keep out noise from the rest of the house. Elvis also had an organ in his office that he would play whenever he was in the mood. Elvis converted the bedroom on the left side of the house into his wardrobe room to store his huge collection of clothes. He had a fake fur bed in the room, which was a short-lived fad in the 1970s. Under the canopy are a stereo and a TV set for viewing while lying down. Want to see more photos of the second floor of Graceland? Check out this video. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like this video to help this channel grow. For more fascinating facts about Elvis, pick up one of Trina Young's 4 Elvis books. Read a free excerpt at elvisbiography.net. Please subscribe to this channel and ring the bell for notifications of future videos. And keep watching more Elvis videos here.